If you wanted to be a careless gardener, you would put all your seeds in one sack. And you would grab a handful out of that sack of randomness and you just toss it into your garden for those seeds to grow. So you'd grab a handful of this randomness and you wouldn't really care what the hell got planted, right? You just throw all the seeds in there, all the jumbled up seeds, and it wouldn't matter to you. You don't care. Tomatoes, cucumbers, thorns, whatever it is, potatoes, you don't care. You took the handful of randomness, right? These random unorganized seeds, and you just chucked them into your garden. But even in your action of planting these random seeds, this is the really interesting part. Even in that action of knowing that you're taking a handful of randomness and you're chucking it in there, even in that action, you'll still be mad. When it comes harvest time and these seeds grow and you don't get the fruits and vegetables that you desire, you look at them and think, what? You'll still be mad. But how can that be? You planted the randomness, so you harvested more randomness. We treat our minds the same way. If you wanted to be a careless human, like this careless gardener, you would emotionally entertain whatever thoughts come into your mind. You would take every thought very seriously, like it's the truth, and you would get emotionally involved in it and plant that seed into the subconscious soil. And that seed would start its growth process. And over time, you would nurture that seed. You would continue to get emotionally involved over and over again, water it, nourish it, and it would grow its roots in the subconscious and then take form out here. Like the Bible says, as within, so without. Think and grow rich. As a man thinketh, so is he. So you don't want to be like this careless gardener, right? You don't want to just take a handful of thoughts. You don't want to just allow whatever thoughts to come into your mind. You don't want to just take all of them very seriously, get emotionally involved, right? Fear, uncertainty, doubt. You don't want to focus on these and plant these seeds over and over again and continue to nourish them over and over again. So you want to become very organized, actually. You want to actually take inventory of the seeds that you have. You want to organize them so you know exactly what you're planting and the crop you expect to shoot out of the ground. When it comes harvest time, you know what you're getting and where you planted it, right? So you don't want to be this careless human. If you're a careless human, you just plant whatever seeds in the subconscious soil, into the subconscious mind. You entertain the thoughts that come into your mind, and you take all of them very seriously. You take the fear very seriously, the uncertainty, the doubt, and you continue to nourish those with your emotions. You nourish that. You plant those seeds over and over again with your emotions. So you can't get mad when you harvest this randomness. You harvest this carelessness. When you focus and emotionally entertain the scarcity, you harvest more scarcity. When you plant seeds of fear and lack, you harvest more fear and lack. When you plant seeds of abundance, you harvest more abundance. So the soil, the subconscious mind, it doesn't care what you give it. It's just doing its job. So it's up to you to take inventory of the thoughts you're letting circulate in your mind and focus in on the ones that you do want to plant. Focus on the seeds that you do want to plant into the subconscious mind and nourish those ones. So you become like a gardener in this way, but not this careless gardener that just has whatever seeds and No, you get very organized with your garden here. You get very intentional with your garden. You become very aware of the seeds you're planting in your mind. You take inventory on the thoughts, beliefs, and inner stories that you let circulate in your mind on a daily basis. Every day, throughout your day, you check in with yourself and you notice the thoughts, beliefs, and inner stories and the things that you're getting emotionally involved in to plant that seed into the subconscious. You become very aware of that and you become very intentional. So you become not like a careless gardener, but a very careful one, a very organized one, scientific. You become hyper aware of these seeds that you're planting into the subconscious with your thoughts and getting emotionally involved in them, okay? Your thoughts plus the feelings. That's the planting, okay? The soil doesn't care what you give it. It's just doing its job, okay? The subconscious mind is like, yep, correct, you're right. It's giving you back what you give it, okay? So you have to plant your desires very carefully. You got to plant your desires very carefully, and to plant, you match the images in your mind, those thoughts, with the emotions of already having the thing you desire. You live out that experience in your mind. You plant the thoughts, the images in your mind, with the emotions associated with them. And you let those marinate in your mind. Those are the seeds that you plant into the subconscious. You let those thoughts, emotions, beliefs, inner stories, you let those ones marinate in your mind and embed themselves into the subconscious soil. So over and over again, just like this careful, very intentional, scientific gardener, you become hyper aware of what you're planting into the subconscious, and you water and you nourish your crop to harvest it at a later date. Become like a gardener.